And thank you for purchasing the seal. So today we're going to learn how to edit the Bishop Seals green. So let's go ahead and open up the folder that you just downloaded. So once you've downloaded it and you've opened it, you'll see four items: a PNG, a JPEG, an SVG, and an EPS. The extensions for which is here. So when you click on a PNG, you can see all of the elements and the example of the template that's laid out. So in order to edit the actual seal, we want to open the EPS or the SVG. But I like opening the EPS file. So I'm going to open it with Adobe Illustrator. And we're going to wait for that to open. And as you can see, we have it open and we have the elements next to it. So what I particularly like to do, if we're changing the actual wording, you want to click on the actual wording and double click. Whoops, sorry about that. Edit undo. And you will see, once you click in the space, you'll see the line move. So I'm going to take my arrow key. And what I like to do sometimes, if there's like the seal of the bishop or you want to have apostle, what I like to do is highlight over the wording itself and shrink it down a little bit just in case the word is a little too high. Highlight the word that you want to change and then start typing. Oops. And as you can see, it's still small. We can highlight it and make it large again. Remember, it was around 55, but we can see it's only 53. Now that's done. You can do the same thing with the other side. Highlight it and write in. I have everything on cap. The church name and I'm not going to go higher than that because I know it's not going to fit. So that's one thing. So say you want to change the wording to something else. So you can highlight it and you can go into your font drop down and you can change how you want the wording to look. As you can see here, you can make it anything you want. Script, make sure it's something that's legible, in my opinion. So the next thing, you do the same thing with add here. Oops, I keep dragging my mouse. So you can drag it here. Now the thing you want to make sure is that nothing here is grouped together. And I like to go into, and I don't have it on my list, but that's okay. We can go to Windows and we can scroll down to layers. We had layers open. So undo type style from here, and then we can open up our layers panels. And as you can see, it's here. So I don't have anything grouped or have something locked in. Like you can have an item locked in where it won't move. But if that's the case, just click on it. So we have the items here that we want to change. Well, it looks like all of this is grouped in. So if you see something like that happen, the background, just go to objective at the top and go to ungroup. You're going to see object, ungroup. And it's going to ungroup all of the elements that you see here. Now this is grouped together. When you see something linked together, object, ungroup. Now click off of it and now you can see it's individual. So if you want to change the elements to what you want, change the elements. Like you can just move it out of the way or delete it and add something else. And this is grouped. When you see it linked together, object, ungroup. Sometimes you'll see object and ungroup on the left side. So we can see now it's separated. And when you see it going behind there, that's not a problem. You can right click on it. There's two ways to deal with that. Right click, go down to arrange and bring to the front. And you can move it towards there now. As you can see, that worked. And the other one is to go into the layer and drag it, but we didn't need to do that. So I'm going to hold down shift and the arrow key to make it minimize the size to what you want it to be. Now you're asking, okay, how do I get the color similar to what's here? So we're going to open up our color palette swatches here. As you can see, the colors are available. So basically you can just make it a solid color or you can keep it as a gradation. Same thing with your icon here, gradation. So we've changed that. That's all done. When you're done and you're finished, you can just highlight everything and delete it that you're not going to use. You can take your cursor and highlight over everything, or you can go to select all that's on the board and just move it over in the center. I'm a person that likes to have it in the center. It'll tell you. And to save it, you want to go to File, Save As, and then you have your names, and you can do EPS. You can drop it down to PDF, SVG. Now you're asking, okay, I want a PNG file and a JPEG file. That's simple. File, Export, Save As, and then you can name it EPG or any of these other extensions. So I hope that works. This works with all of the seals similar to this: the purple, the red, the blue, the silver. The next question, a lot of people want to know how to change the color. That's on an extended tutorial, but if you go on other channels, or if you just feel like you just want to hover over it and go into the drop down and maybe turn everything gold, it's simple as that. So that's something you can play with, and you can reopen it. Don't save it over, just save it as in another location, and you can play around with your colors if that's the case. Like, say you just want to turn it blue. So you can click on different elements and move around as such. So I hope you like the tutorial. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.